Good. How are
Right.
you?
iPhones unite. Oh, we got the old tape, the old quarters on. Nice. I like that. Hi.
Are you awake?
No.
Are you getting any sleep
I was
these
in LA
days?
this morning, so
Are you getting any sleep these days? New dad.
it varies. It varies. I'd say I'm probably getting more than my wife is, but to be expected. Yeah, what's happening? Everybody enjoying Comic-Con?
I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah, it's.
So long.
You guys been here since what, Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a long one. I don't know how you do it.
So you tell us, what do we have to look forward to in the new season that
Well,
didn't make the panel?
As we left last year, it's basically not a direct pickup, but a very close pickup to where we left off. So we now have a world full of fallen angels. Whether or not they're good or bad, or whether or not they're going to be a friend or foe, is really kind of a case-by-case situation at this point. So we're not quite sure who to trust and who not to trust, and it's which makes for some interesting situations.
Are they blaming the
I
Winchesters
don't know how
for this?
much I can tease, but I'm just going to tell you.
Okay, good. Go for it.
Are they what? Sorry.
Are they angry at the Winchesters for this? The falling?
They no, not totally. I think there's the blame is being spread around a little bit, and I think they're in the search for answers. The Angels are cutting quite a wake, because they can. They have the power. They want to know why they ended up here and how they ended up here and what they're supposed to be doing, and so it's interesting. It's basically a bunch of lions and tigers and bears.
You were about to tell us something. Go ahead.
I don't know what I was going to say.
Oh no, come on.
I'll tell you. I really don't. I forget.
Can you tell us about the episode that you're directing this season?
Well, I did not direct. I usually direct the first one that we film. I did not this season because of a little baby girl. So in an effort to spend more time with her, I passed on doing the first one. Now, whether or not that they haven't promised me one yet this year, so but there are a few slots that are still open. So fingers crossed they might toss one my way. But it is very difficult, not just for me, but for also the writers and the producers to give me the time that I would need to prep the episode. So the episode that I direct doesn't really matter. I can be in it, from page 1 to page 50. But for the episode that I would be acting in prior to the one I would direct is really when I would need the time off to go location scouting and casting and all of that stuff. And I don't know if they would have to write an episode that would be very Sam heavy, I guess. So whether or not they're willing to do that is yet to be seen. I don't know. Yeah.
What are you most excited for fans
This season? There is a situation that is happening that Dean is aware of and is having to keep quiet about, and it's a very substantial secret, and how that plays out is I'm excited to see how that's going to play out. So that's what I'm excited about. So I guess that would make me excited for other people to see it too. So yeah, it's the secret that Dean is harboring right now.
What are our chances of seeing some characters return, like Benny or
Bobby?
I would say
Bobby or Trickster?
I would say pretty good. I think one of the great things about our show is that our writers and producers pay attention to feedback. They know when things stick and they know when things don't stick, and I think it's very intelligent of them to utilize the ones that work and it's like Jared and I love having characters that we can establish a relationship with. It's very difficult to establish a relationship in just one episode. So the more characters that we get to kind of create storylines and relationships with, I think the richer the show becomes. So I hope they bring that. Benny's been one of my favorite characters since day one. I love what tied into the character. I love the way it was written. I love the bond that he and Dean had. I think that was really richly layered in a way that we haven't seen for some time. So I hope they bring him back. There's obviously Felicia and Charlie's character. The character of Charlie, I think, is obviously something that needs to be revisited. Then we've got the Bobby and I don't know what the deal is with that, but it is supernatural, so anything can happen. But yeah, I think that the writers understand that there are characters that are fan favorites, and I think it would benefit all of us to have them back in the right field.
You've mentioned in the past that you were attracted to this character because of the comedy and recklessness, and you can be pretty funny. So do you actively look when it's appropriate for opportunities to inject those things in the scenes, even if may not have been previously planned?
Oh, sure. I think that's one of the great things about playing a character this long is you can add things between the lines, and you can find. We often preach a lot about nuances of a scene or nuances of a character, and it's essentially stuff that is not written on the page. It's strictly stuff that comes out, and I use a word I don't like to use very often when referring to acting, but organic. It's sometimes a scene can lend itself. There was I don't know if you guys saw the sizzle reel for next season, but there's a line in there that Crowley has to Sam where he's talking about torture, and Crowley says, you're going to put the S&M into Sam. And it wasn't written or anything like that, but I just, in the moment, I was like, wow, that's a really odd, and of course we're staring him down and trying to be very intense, and I kind of allowed Dean to react to that in a very Dean way. It was kind of like, so it's like I think the little nuances like that really kind of enrich a character and enrich, and it's also the writers that write in there. They'll give a direction to me. Like Jensen, do whatever you want here. Or Jensen, do something funny or something, like that. So there's a lot of trust, I think, between myself and the writers and producers, and then with me, and I think that freedom allows for a lot of really spontaneous creativity, and it's really cool. It's a really cool thing to have, and I think that I think I know the character well enough to be able to take chances and find those funny moments when when they may not be there on the page, but they all of a sudden are there in the scene, to utilize that and go with it.
Have you considered writing? I mean, you've done the acting, directing. What about?
Yeah, I've tried writing in the past, and I don't have enough confidence in the conceptualization part of it, because I think, I could do it this way, but I could do it this way, and what's the better way, and I can't decide. Forget it. So I find that I'm a lot better at tweaking things. Like if somebody gives me a concept or a rough draft,
right,
I could take that concept and polish it up and help.
Right.
Tell us about the state of the relationship between Dean and Sam coming into the next season. What can you tease us with?
Well, obviously we know that they chose each other over the trials and the closing of Hell, and I think that was probably not shocking to most people, because it is what the show is about, is this brother bond that they have. The fact that they have willfully basically chosen each other means that they're now going to need each other more than ever, because now they're going to have all of this other stuff to deal with. And it's going to be a word that Jeremy used, a free-for-all basically on Earth now, with all these fallen angels. Still got the demons, and they've got to find a way to exist amongst all this and still fight the good fight. So they're really going to need each other more than ever. And I think that their mission, though it's unclear, is still the underlying, fight the good fight. But now they got to figure out what that is exactly. So it's going to be an interesting twist and turn this season, I think. Yeah.